So when most men relate to women, they come from their head. They're meaning that they're in the chatter mind is going crazy, like the little, like what to say, how to say it, how to get closer, when to ask for the phone number, when to lean for a kiss. Like there's always planning. You're always in your head. And I understand because we live in a world where we have to do this in order to almost survive. Like you always have to be planning your next move. Like we don't live in a world where we're connected to the earth, to the essence, to the experience of life, and that's okay. But when you're with a woman, you want to drop all that and just be with her and connect with her from more of a from your body than from your head. And just to make clear, like neuro-linguistic programming says that only 8% of our communication is happening in the words themselves. The rest is there's so many things: body language, eye gazing, tonation of your voice. There's so many other things at play. And usually that's what naturally a woman is listening to than to what you're saying. So in a way, I would almost say like, shut your mouth and just be there. Like the less you talk, the better it's gonna be. And the talking can get you in trouble. So we're gonna do a little exercise where we're gonna do the differences. I'm gonna have Andrew connect with Cheryl here, and first we're gonna have him connect from his head. And then we're going to try to have him connect to his body and connect with her from there and see if we can get a different reaction or different feedback how he's showing up or how she's experiencing him. And to make another thing clear, like how do you know you're in your head? Usually when I'm in my head, I find myself that I'm judging a lot. Like I'm judging the situation, like what's happening, this is weird, like I shouldn't be doing this, or this is in a coffee shop, I shouldn't be approaching a woman. Like whatever, like there's judgments about yourself. I don't look good, I probably smell bad, whatever, like she probably thinks I'm an idiot. Or you're judging her. There's some level of judgment that's happening when you're in your head. And when you quiet the mind and connect to the body, it's just simply being there with her. And you're not planning to say what you're going to say next, it just naturally arises in the conversation. She says something that captures my curiosity, it's like, oh, say more about that. It's like, or something else happened. Or you just share a moment of silence, which can be very seductive. And we live in a world, we've created a world where we're so dependent on our logical mind. And like in order to survive in the world, we kind of have to like constantly be planning and what's next and all that. But when you're relating with a woman, you kind of just want to drop all that and just be here with her. And to demonstrate a difference, we'll try to do both here with Andrew. And then Cheryl would give him some feedback on how she's experiencing the difference. So, Andrew, go in your head.
Okay.
And try.
That's easy.
Go. How do we know we're in our head? Usually, when I'm in my head, I'm not fully being with this person. Usually, the way I like to know I'm in my head, I'm usually judging. There's some sense of judging. I'm judging the interaction. I'm judging myself. She probably thinks I'm weird. I'm judging her, like, oh, she's not quite what I want, or like she's weird. So there's always any level of judgment happening. That's kind of when you know when you're in your head. When you just drop really being with the other person, I notice like the judgments go away, and the mind quiets, the monkey chatter mind just gets quiet. And I'm just being here and just seeing what arises. It's like, hey, who are you? Like, so if you don't know if you're in your head, go in your judgment. If you're not already there, like you're judging yourself, you're judging her, judging the situation,
Cool.
And just have a normal conversation. Hey, how are you? What's your name? Just from that headspace.
Okay. Hello. How are you?
Hi. Good. How are you?
Good. How's your day going?
Awesome. Well, that's enough. We don't have to go back. So how was that for you? Well, by the way, I think you did it wrong because there was a sense, like, and you can tell me what that was like for you, but there was a sense where you were feeling a little vulnerable and you were connected with that vulnerability, which was kind of sweet. And I just want you to be in your head where you're just almost disconnected, right? But anyway, how was that for you?
Well, it was awkward. I mean, I could tell that he felt vulnerable, but he was keeping the vulnerability to himself and trying not to show it, but it was obvious at the same time. And so if he was trying to show his vulnerability and not trying to hide it, then it wouldn't have been so awkward. Because I was thinking, well, what does he want? Why is he talking to me? It wasn't clear.
Awesome. And this is the great thing about women that most men don't realize. It's like whatever you're doing, she already knows. Like to her, it's like transparent. As if you're trying to look cool, it's like, hey babe, but inside you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. She's connected to like, this guy doesn't know what he's doing. So it just that's why just present what's there, because there's no point of hiding it. She can already feel it. So just go to the head. Don't just like a normal person. Hey, how are you? What's going on? And then we're gonna try to come from a different place. So talk to her as if you're having a normal conversation straight from your head.
Okay.
And just the energy is just here. You're just speaking to a robot.
Speaking. Okay, I got it. Cool. Hi, I'm Andrew. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Cheryl.
What do you do, Cheryl?
I'm a writer. What do you do?
Okay, cool. Well, so you weren't quite doing it, but how was that? Was that for you?
Go ahead.
It was it was awkward. His intention of being in front of me was not clear.
Okay.
Right.
It just felt kind of random, and that I'm thinking I should do something to make this less awkward. Like I should be taking care of this situation.
And what are you feeling in your? Did you feel anything in your body?
Well, I'm already feeling sensation in my body, and then with the interaction, I had to come out of the sensation in my body. I had to feel less to intellectually figure out what was going on.
Wow. And so what was that like for you to have to come to your head?
Like work.
Not as pleasant as being in your body.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't freeing, it wasn't liberating.
So not only like she was maybe in a place where it was more sensual and more like in her body and just enjoying herself, he actually got her out of that place to a place where she was like, what's happening here? Like what are we doing? Like, and took him further away from seduction, actually getting somewhere, because she was already in a place that was more connected than she was, right? So I want you to both look at each other in the eyes, and I'm gonna give you some feedback and have you connect to a different place. Just stay connected, looking with each other. And like I said, like most people don't feel uncomfortable looking another person in the eye. If you could just be able to just really hold eye gaze and just be present, that alone would just change your whole interaction with women. So as you connect with her, like, why don't you take a deep breath? Actually, I want to do something where I first talk when I talk about seduction, like I said, stay connected with her. I talk about coming from the heart and connecting to the human in front of us. And how do I know I'm connected to my heart? It's like when I'm connected to compassion, curiosity, empathy. So see if you can connect to your heart. And the way I like to do is like I physically almost imagine connect to my actual physical heart and breathe into it. So like imagine you taking a breath into your heart and that expands, and like the love for her expands. And the love and the curiosity for the human being that is in front of you. It's not just a woman. You can do that exercise with a man, you could be doing it with me. It's the same exercise. And like even in your mind you could whisper in your mind, it's like, wow, like, who are you? Who's this being in there? And as that connect, like there's you feel this the energy is softening, that there's a sweetness in the air that's present, and that opens up a different to connect from a different place. So just say, hey, how are you from this?
How are you?
Good.
Okay. So what was that like for you?
That was really intense and sexy,
And I wasn't intending it to be sexy. It was supposed to be heart
It made
connected.
me
But it's-
giggle.
what did you feel in your body?
I felt an awakening in my body.
Made you feel more present and more alive?
It made me feel more present. It made me feel like there's nothing I have to do. I don't have to take care of him at all.
And notice that he didn't, like the first time most men will think like, why are you here, right? And he's like, well, I'm here because, Here he didn't even have to say that, and she was like, I felt like I didn't have to do anything, I didn't have to like figure out why he's here or any of that, right? And it wasn't in the words, so you don't even have to, like, she knows if you're connected to your heart and feel that. So let's take it to a different level. And just to feel the differences, this time connect to your desire for her as a woman. And I'll actually, and these are subtle energies that we could go into, just really work deeper and just feel the subtleties in the whole workshop and coaching and all that. But like, try to connect only from your desire, only from your balls. Like, just like connect to your sexual desire that you have for this woman, and just kind of feel that in your own body. You don't have to like give it to her. Just feel it in your own self, and just like really feel your balls. Like, connect to the sensation of your balls, and connect to the desire to connect with her sexually and intimately. So now the energy is a little different. The first time we did it was like kind of, there was sweetness in the air. This feels a little more intense. It feels a little bit more raw.